Hello again. I've got a new tutorial today to show the Suzette stitch. I'm using a few different colours on this one just to show that it looks nice as a striped project, like a baby blanket or a scarf, maybe something like that. I'm using a double knit yarn and a 5mm hook. We start with a chain, excuse me, and the chain just needs to be an odd number. So I'm going to do as I've done on this one and work with 15 chain. Start with the brightest of the pinks that I've got for the chain. So I'm going to slip knot onto the hook and then work the chains. As I say, I'm just going to do 15 chains for this swatch for the tutorial. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. We're now going to work into the second chain from the hook, which is this one, and work a single crochet. So that's just into the second chain. So the first chain that we've missed is going to count as the first single. We've now done a single into that same chain. Into the same chain again, we're going to work a double. We now skip the next chain and we're going to work a single and a double into the next chain. Skip the next one and work a single and a double into the next. I'm going to carry on all the way along the row doing exactly the same, skipping a chain, work a single and a double into the next one, skip a chain, work a single and a double into the next one, skip a chain, work a single and a double into this next one, skip a chain, a single and a double into the next one, all the way along your chain until you reach the last stitch. And in the last stitch we're always going to work a single. So there's the first row complete. We're now going to turn the work over and work a chain. Into that same first stitch here, we're going to work a single and a double. We're going to skip the double from the previous row and work into the single, which is this one here. We're going to work a single and a double. Skip the next stitch, which is the double from the previous row, and into the single crochet we're going to work a single and a double. Skip the next stitch over into the single, work a single and a double. And again it's just the same all the way along the row, skipping a stitch, work a single and a double into the next stitch. Single and double, skip a stitch, single, double, and then into the very last stitch we're going to work a single. So because I'm working in a stripe, I'm now going to change colour, but if you're working in the same shade you would just carry on working the same row. It's just a repeat of that row. But to change colour, I will snip off the yarn, pull it through and fasten off. And then to join in the next colour, I would start with a standing single crochet. So to do a standing single crochet, we just slip knot onto the hook. We're going to go into this very first stitch here and work a standing single, which is into the stitch, pick up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2. I'm going to work these ends in as I go along on this row. So into that same stitch again, we're going to single and double. Going to skip the next stitch and into the single crochet from the previous row, we're going to work a single and a double. Skip the next stitch and into the following stitch we work again 1 single, 1 double crochet, and the same all the way along, a single and a double into each of the single crochets from the previous row. So single, double, single and double, single, double, and then in the very last stitch again we're going to work a single, turn over and work a chain. Into that same stitch here, which is the last single from the previous row, we're going to work 1 single, 1 double. Skip the double from the previous row over to the single and work 1 single, 1 double. Skip a stitch and in the next stitch 1 single, 1 double, 1 single, 1 double, skipping that stitch in between. You can usually see where the stitch that you're going to work into falls, because it is a smaller stitch on the previous row. You can see that this one was the double, this one is the single, and it's always the single that you're going to work into. Single and double, and always into that last stitch we've got 1 single. So we've got 2 rows now in the white, so again snip off the yarn, pull through the loop and fasten off, and then you would start with the next colour again with a standing single crochet. Just show you again how to do that. So we slip knot onto the hook, join into this single from the previous row with a standing single crochet. Into that same stitch we're going to work a double. Skip the double from the previous row and work a single and a double. Skip a stitch, work a single and a double. Skip a stitch, work, just try to catch that extra yarn underneath there. Single, double, skip a stitch, single, double, skip a stitch, single and double, skip a stitch, single and a double, skip a stitch and single into the very last stitch. Just complete the second row so that we've finished this colour. Start with a chain, single and double into that first stitch, skip a stitch, single and double, and we carry on the same way all the way to the end of this row. There, I've completed the second row in the paler pink. It is quite a closely worked stitch, so if you wanted to have a looser blanket, if you don't want it quite as dense as this one, you could actually go up a hook size. You could try with a 5.5 or even a 6mm, but I like the nice closely worked version of this, so the 5mm hook is the right size one for me. I do hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Please subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.